All right, you guys. So I need you to lock in with me for this one because this episode's going to feel a little different. This is not about a headline. It's not about one person. It's about something much more confusing to explain. It's patterns, possible code words. Now, if you've been watching this series, you already know that we've covered the victims, the system, the plea deal, but today we're stepping into something that sits right in the middle between normal and not. So welcome back to the JD Milo Experience. So before we go any further, fam, I need to be very clear about something. I'm not here to tell you what these words definitely mean. I'm not here to decode anything because definitively, I really can't. I can't say what each possible code word means, not for certain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what keeps showing up. Because sometimes the truth, it isn't obvious, but patterns are. And then add that with a little bit of logic. And when we use logic with those pattern recognitions, we can start to see what I believe is an obvious attempts to cover tracks and to brag to each other in emails with secret little code words like they're 7 years old again on the playground. Grow up! Now, when you first look at these emails, they might not seem like much. People talking about food, ingredients, recipes, muffins. Cool, normal, let's move on. But then you see it again and again and again. Different people, different conversations, different years, same words. Muffins. Get the muffin ingredients on the plane. Make sure they don't expire. Send them ahead. Have them ready when he arrives. Now, one time, that's nothing, but over and over and over again, that's where people start paying attention. And this is where it starts to shift because these aren't just muffins being mentioned. They're being managed, tracked, prepared, timed, put on planes, sent across countries, delivered to specific locations. And I want you to really think about that. For something as simple as muffins, this is a lot of coordination. Ingredients being checked for expiration constantly, mixtures being sent in finished products, everything ready before arrival. That's not casual, that's operational. So let's go over some of these emails to Jeffrey Epstein. Hello, Jeffrey, how are you? It's too hot down here, so it's never enough chocolate ice cream for me. Yesterday, I've been an amazing naked pool party, LOL, we'll tell you about. If you will have time to meet me again as you are down here, I will be happy. And please don't forget about Jonathan for me, or some other nice funny rich guy. I will be grateful to you. There's not enough chocolate ice cream for her. Now here's something about Oreo ice cream. From we don't know to we don't know. Will you be taking Oreo ice cream to Paris for redacted? I want to organize it before I leave. The ice cream fairy visited today. Oh boy, I can't wait. Don't worry, you'll get the report. Keep on pushing, Warren. From Leslie to Jeffrey, Leslie Groff, that was his assistant for many years. Reminder, get photos and ice cream. Oreo ice cream for Paris from we don't know to Jeffrey Epstein. Ice cream Oreo for Ariane for Paris. Should we send with you to Palm Beach? Jeffrey would like sushi and Oreo ice cream organized for the Josh meeting today at 3:30. Can you girls please take care of this? But let's be fair, there are completely normal explanations for some of it. Private chefs maybe, assistants, luxury lifestyle, people at that level do fly food around. They can be a little weird sometimes. They have preferences, routines. They want things prepared a certain way. That's real, and I'm not going to ignore that fact. But then the tone starts to change. And this is the part that's harder to explain. Muffin cravings, sad muffins, sharing muffin tops with people. I ran out. How do I get more? That's not logistics anymore. That's language, casual, familiar, almost like an inside conversation. And when you mix that with everything that we just saw, it starts to feel off. And it's not just muffins either, guys, because now you start seeing other things popping up. Jerky, ice cream, Oreo ice cream in specific, coconuts, ingredients, batter, preparation, delivery, over and over and over again. Pizza and grape soda. Oh my God, do they love that. And these are in different emails with different people, different years. Food is food. Rich people eat. Rich people travel. Rich people have chefs and assistants. We all know this. That could be completely real and normal. But what makes people pause, it's not the food, it's the repetition. It's the structure. It's the consistency of how these things are being handled, transported, prepared, and talked about. Because now we're not just looking at random mentions anymore. We're looking at patterns, repeated behavior, language, repeated coordination. And when something repeats like that, it stops feeling random. And this is where the internet jumps in, because people start saying, this is definitely a code. And we can start connecting it to other words. Let's go over some of the jerky emails. From Epstein to, we don't know. Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, roughly 2 pounds. And it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, his island, Little St. James, and some of that will then go to Steve and the rest to you at LSJ when I arrive. From Francis Derby, who was one of Epstein's private chefs, who also had a restaurant called The Cannibal. I F you not. Yep. My apologies for not having jerky ready to mail on Thursday, sir. Truth of the matter is that I spent last Thursday to Sunday in the hospital and then 3 days in bed. There's just a lot of talk about this jerky. A lot. Delicious lunch. Beef jerky. Maybe these rich weirdos just love jerky so much. Maybe they just want to test it and freeze it and make it and... From Karina, his then girlfriend of many years. Don't worry, we're going to have an episode dedicated to just Karina. Jeffrey said he would like to take beef jerky to the ranch. Would you please take care of that this week? Guys, I think you see the point. Are we really talking about pizza, grape soda, beef jerky, muffins, butter? In my opinion, I think not.